Hi, this is Chris with Orange Coast College's Art Department, taking a look at drawing straight and clean lines using a tablet in Adobe Photoshop for digital painters and illustrators. Now, I don't know about you, but I find drawing lines awfully hard, especially straight lines. Sometimes I can get pretty good, but it kind of depends on which direction I'm heading and the line weight and so forth. But there's a few tips and tricks that I think we can do for when you really need to get clean lines. Let's back up and take a look at what they are. Right now I'm in the brush tool and I can try to draw a straight line from here to there, and that's pretty good. But what if I need it just right? There's a couple things we can do. First of all, I can hold down Shift and it will constrain my stroke to just horizontal or just vertical. And that comes in handy a lot because we are often drawing horizontal and vertical lines in what we're making. But what about anything other than that? There's also a way to play connect the dots, and that is if I hold down my mouse, make a mark, and then hold down the Shift key and make another mark, it'll connect the dots for me. And it'll do it continuously as long as I hold down the Shift key. And these are just pixel lines from the brush, but they're nice and straight. So that's one way to get nice straight lines at any angle. Let's take a look at the vector tools down on the toolbar. So we've got some tools we may be familiar with if we've used Illustrator before. The pen tool, the line tool, direct and regular selections, as well as ellipse and rectangles, polygons. So I find that mostly I'm going to use these for an ellipse, which are really hard to draw freehand. And so if we draw an ellipse here, and we can change the width, I'm going to do no fill, and I'm going to do the stroke in black. It's pretty nice. But the next step we want to do is sometimes they're not oriented the way we want. We can use the free transform tool on this and change the rotation. We can change the proportion, and that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and put one here. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter when I am ready to move on. And there's my changed ellipse. So I do have some editability. Another nice thing is I can go in the move tool and do a copy drag, and then to make this a little bit bigger. And I can start building some form out of my ellipse. Let's go ahead and do one more back here. And then maybe one more in the center. How's that? Then let's say I want to connect those up. I can use the vector line, but in this case, let's go ahead and use a brush tool, connect the dots. I think those were about 3 pixels. Let's go ahead and go to our line layer and connect these up. So this is just the brush tool using the Shift to connect. We can rasterize these layers, and then I can use the eraser and just kind of clean them up. So let's see which one's this. Here I want to, well, let's get ourselves a nice hard edge. This guy. And then let's clean up that rear edge. This guy right here. And we can use some simple tools to get us nice, clean ellipses and straight lines. And then lastly, every once in a while, I'll stroke a selection, particularly when I want to get boxes and some easy selection forms. So here I've got the rectangular marquee tool, and it makes a selection for me. I can come in and stroke that selection, and I can choose the width and color, and then deselect, and there's a 3-pixel line conforming to that selection I made. Now these will be pixels, so often what I'll do is I'll start with a box and then I'll delete a portion of it because all I really wanted was that section. So there are some options for making nice straight clean lines and clean ellipses for your artwork in Photoshop. Hope that helps you keep on making great art.